Welcome, welcome, welcome. In this session, we are going to understand which type of projects are suitable for Scrum. Like, if you are doing some project, how will you understand whether you can implement Scrum in your project or not? Yeah, so let us get started. Earlier in our waterfall model course, we have already taken this example of e-commerce web application, and we have also gone through the challenges that the team will face if they try to do this kind of application using waterfall model. And the challenges have been, here we can see that the customer is not sure about complete set of features which he needs in the product, and your team and you are working on that product or initial set of requirements which you have collected, and you are not involving customer in between through your project life cycle, and customer is not aware how you are building the product and what all features you are building in the product. And finally, when you deliver that product to the customer, it might not meet your customer's needs 100%. And all the stakeholders will be unhappy with the outcome that we have delivered. So that way, these are the challenges that you might face if you try to implement waterfall model in such projects. And what all are the challenges? Yeah. So the challenges could be, if you go with plan driven development, then you will not be able to make any changes in between, and you will not be able to accept changes midway. And when you leave your testing until the end, then you won't be able to produce an evolutionary type of product. And that kind of work might lead to rework. And in waterfall model, you do not realize any value until the end of the project, and you are not involving your customer throughout your project life cycle. And in this waterfall model, the problems or the issues could be, it will be highly risk and it might cost too much, because you might go with rework kind of stuff if your final product is not meeting your customers' expectations. And this kind of model will not work for such projects because it will prove to be inefficient. Yeah. Since we are facing these all challenges in this kind of project, which is exploratory and which is a problem solving kind of project, so let us understand how we can implement Scrum in such project. Now that we have understood that waterfall model should be used only when scope is well known, when work is well defined, and when requirements are completely clear. And when should we adopt Scrum or Agile Scrum? When your project is exploratory, when the design is very new and you have never seen that kind of design before, and you are not able to picturize like what kind of product you need to deliver to the customer. So in that case, what you will do is you will take some set of requirements and you will come up with some prototype and you will show it to the customer. And if customer is happy with that, and if customer says yes, we are able to meet his expectations, then we will proceed on the same lines. And if we are not able to meet his expectations, then we will come up with changes and we will move ahead. And if your project is problem solving kind of project, yeah, this project is a problem solving kind of project wherein you are making shopping online. You are making the life of a customer easy. You are making the life of the vendors, the sellers easy by creating an application like this, e-commerce web application. So for such projects, you should consider Scrum. If your project is not done before kind of work, and if your project is very complex, if the chances of going wrong are more, And if you are very much uncertain and if you want to explore that uncertainty, you can do that with Scrum. And you can research and develop when you adopt Scrum framework. And in your project, if you expect to have high rates of changes, then you should use Scrum. If you are unclear and if you don't know complete set of requirements, then you should use Scrum. And if you are not at all able to visualize the final goal and you are not able to describe what you are going to deliver, then in that case you should go ahead with Scrum. So this way, Scrum is most widely used framework in IT industry. It is a lightweight and easy to implement kind of framework. That is the reason most widely this framework is used in IT industry. And most of the projects, they are going agile with this framework, especially the development kind of projects where you are providing some solution to the customer. And if your project is a very development kind of project from very scratch, then you should definitely use Scrum. Yeah, so this is the context for Scrum. If you have these kind of scenarios, then you should use Scrum framework. And once you have started implementing Scrum in your project, that means you are already agile. I mean, your project has already gone agile and you have already implemented agile in your project and your organization.